Hey guys, guess who's back? It's Sam. Today we're going to do a Salem makeup tutorial. So I've already got my contact lenses in and the bases of my eyebrows covered. There's a little bit dark, but I'm going to touch them up in a minute. I'm just using my normal foundation. I think it's a cheap drugstore one, like Collection or something, I can't remember. And the bright white bottle you see is the Stargazer white foundation. I do not recommend this one, despite using it quite a lot. It's just not very hydrating, it's really thick, it kind of smells a bit weird, it's just not fun to use, to be honest, and it doesn't apply very nicely either. But it's what I had at the time, and right now it's what I'm used to using. But I just don't recommend using it, to be honest. You're probably better off with, I don't know, even maybe like white face paint. Yeah, it's not the best stuff. Here I'm using a concealer stick, just going back over my brows, under my eye bags because I never sleep, and covering up those little breakouts. And blot. And blend. And squidge a sponge against your face. Forever. Then cover any mistakes with powder and just, hope for the best, it'll be fine. I mean, and it's to set it, but that's the boring way of seeing it. This is the Stargazer white horror. It doesn't have a pump, it is just like a stick or a wand. You might be supposed to mix it with your normal foundation, but it does just say on the bottle foundation, so I've always just used it directly on the skin. Maybe you'll have better results if you mix it with your ordinary foundation, just to make it lighter as opposed to trying to go white with it. But yeah, no, this stuff kind of stinks. It's not the most pleasant. And then just blend it all around and it'll be fun. Make sure you get right into that wig cap. I always forget it, which is why now I like peachy. It's fine. Back in with the setting powder. I did that like Ghostbusters. Back in with setting powder. That's not Ghostbusters, is it? Oh god, my brain's dying. Anyway, I did the template for the first eyebrow. I'll go back and fill that in a minute. This is the second one. Has a pretty kind of straight and thin, unless you're going for like a proper kind of wickedy pointed one. I just went for pretty much a straight line because it's easier to make them the same. Blink in your contact lenses. Yeah, if you ever see me at con and I'm just rapidly blinking, it's fine. My contact lenses are either just out of date, so they're stinging, or no, that's probably because they're out of date. Now, she's got a diamond in the middle of her freaking forehead because she is just inconvenient like that. It's either hit or miss whenever I do this diamond. Either it goes really, really well and looks pretty good, or it doesn't. In this particular instance, it goes okay. It's just a little on the wonk. But the more I tried to fix it, the more wonky it went. So, see, look, that would have been fine. But nope, go and try and fix this slightly off edge and you make it worse. Sam, maybe you should learn your lesson. Yes, it is wonky. Now we're going to go ahead and start drawing in the Grim Corruption lines. I like doing these, they're a lot of fun. If you really want to be a stickler about it, there's quite specific placement. I tend to base off the rough like spread and just the density. So she's got a lot more around her eyes than she does around the bottom of her neck. I tend to go with that rather than trying to get the exact placement right, because that I'd go insane trying to do that. I don't think I mentioned I'm using just a black Snazaroo face paint for this, to be honest. If it's a con and I want it to be longer lasting, I will usually use a waterproof eyeliner and then some setting spray, just because you've got more, it's better wear really, especially if you've done quite a dense white on the bottom, which I haven't here, and I try not to, just because it cracks quite easily just throughout the day. It just looks a little bit better and just wears a bit better in general. It's just a bit lighter. But when I'm practicing, or if I have run out of a eyeliner, I will use face paint. It's just as quick, and I find the wiggly lines I'm better at with a paintbrush, just because it's got more flexible bristles and nib, so you can just wiggle it around in all the little squiggly, corrupted, grim lines. And because I had it in my hand, I just went ahead and did my eyeliner with it as well, because I might as well. I always do a nice cat wing. Yeah, that's the one I was looking for. Cat wing for my Salem cosplay, just because this is one of the few that I do put lashes on for. That'll be at the end, obviously. When else do you put lashes on? Oh my god. Back on track, Sam. Come on, reel it back in. So it's nice just to have that little bit of extension, just to emphasize how dark the line is. Then you go in with a nice bright pink eyeshadow on the outer corner and into the crease. Just tuck it all in and blend it out so it's a little bit softer, but you've got to pack the colour in there as well. And after you get that bright colour, you go slightly darker and slightly darker and slightly darker until you're all the way into the crease. So I went for more of a pinky purpley for this, the colour I'm applying now. And then the very last one I do is more like a very deep kind of burgundy. Just for the corner, and then you stretch out over the lid a little bit. Mascara. Now, I don't do this every time I do the cosplay, but it depends on how much time I've got when I'm getting into it. But here I'm outlining, I just pick a side of one of your lines, so it's either like a highlight or like a shadow, just in the bright red, because if you look at them in the pictures, they do have kind of like a reddy tint to it. It depends on the lighting in the scene. It's either black or they're red. So doing it this way does give them kind of like that little bit of a pop against the skin. And just give them a little bit more dimension. So if I do have the time, I will always try my best to do this red. But it's more of a pain in the ass than doing the black, because you've got to carefully follow the lines that you've already drawn instead of just making up new ones. So yeah, what I do for this is just pick a side that I'm going to be tracing the red on, and always use that side. So for this, it's the upper side of all the lines. I have done the lower side before. It doesn't really matter. Just pick one. Yes, the demon accessory. Now, I hate putting on lashes. I'm not good at it. It is my worst thing. I think they look very nice on when you apply them properly. They're just way too much hassle, which is why I limit my use of them. They also make my eyes feel very heavy and very tired, and when you've got massive scleras in as well, it's just not fun. I'm just not a fan. So, yeah, for Salem for tests at home or like photo shoots, I will put the lashes on. But if you see me at con, I probably won't have them in, just because they're a pain in the ass. And to get into Salem, I need to get up really early, so it just doesn't happen at that time in the morning. I don't have the patience. Everything is blue. Oh, that's a long ago. Does anyone even remember that video anymore? That's so long ago. You can 100% tell I do not know what I'm doing with these pieces of fake freaking hair. They're tiny eye wigs. That's all fake eyelashes are. Except I'm better at wigs. I love styling wigs. These are just inconvenient. Can you tell I haven't really slept? Yeah. I think it's showing a little teeny weeny bit. My apologies. That's a lie. I'm not gonna apologize. I think I'm more entertaining when I'm slightly drowsy. And packed full of caffeine. They're on. Success. Now we're gonna risk it all by putting more mascara on. The number of times that's the point I've messed it up is like too many to count. And that is her makeup finished. I'm just going to pop on a wig. Now, bearing in mind, I did literally get this out of the bag like the second I got up to leave to put it on. Actually, I think this wig looks alright. I've re-poofed it because I had a photo shoot a couple weeks later. So it does look a little bit better than this now. But, yeah. That's the Salem makeup tutorial, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!